Hello viewers out there, nice to see you again. Welcome to Life Reality Channel. I am Mary Jane Simon. I trust you are doing well wherever you are. God bless you. Welcome to another interesting topic for this week, which is how to handle or manage a stubborn child. Almost every home has one or two children we feel they are stubborn. Are you a parent out there? You are tired of bullying your child, you are tired of yelling at your child and it has not yielded any results? Then I enjoy you to relax and enjoy this message. Thank you. Stubbornness is the refusal to change thoughts, behavior, or action under any external pressure. We have some children that no matter the pressure you put on them, they won't change their attitude. Rather, they become more stubborn. Now, I want to ask you, if you have such children, how can you change them? How can you make them better? Will you keep on bullying them? Will you keep on yelling at them, which have not yielded any good results? Not all children whom we term stubborn are actually stubborn. Some just have what we call determination, that is a strong will, firmness of will. Some just have a strong will that just need to be redirected in the right channel. Why actually some are stubborn? Before you can say a child is stubborn, there are some characteristics, or there's some features you have to use to finally agree that this child is stubborn. One of these characteristics are stubborn children are free will children. They are difficult and they don't like following routine. They are self-bossy. They appear to be bossy and display leadership. They tend to do everything at their own pace and time. Whatever you tell them to do, they will do it when they want to do it, not when you wish to do it, when you wish they do it. They always question anything you tell them to do. Always want to argue about anything you tell them to do. They always want to be independent, and they are fuzzy. So, if you have stubborn children, how will you handle them? What is the correct approach to handling stubborn children? And before you talk about how to handle stubborn children, you need to understand what is making them stubborn. Stubbornness can be as a result of genetic. It can be from the genes. It can be from the genealogy of that child. It could be that the parents, or if you look at the generation of that child, there are character traits there are people in the beginning that have displayed stubbornness. So this child could have taken this gene inherited this gene from the parents. Stubbornness as well can result from being influenced by the characters, behavior the child sees. It could be from the pairs or the people that the child stays with, or it could be from the parents itself. So stubbornness is either genetic or it's as a result of the behavior the child sees around him or her. The child acquires this stubbornness from the people who are around him, or the peers who are around him, or even from the parent itself. However, these behaviors, which we call stubbornness, it can be channeled to prove productive and mild children into a well-grounded individual. We can channel this stubbornness, this attitude, this refusal to change thoughts, behavior, or action under any pressure. We can channel it to the right channel and then make this child a better person. How do we channel it? That is the big question we are here to answer. There are so many problems associated with stubborn children. Now we need to, for you to now handle stubborn children, you need to manage it according to their display. Now we have there are some children who are fuzzy eaters. Fuzzy eaters, their eating habit is so irritable. It irritates someone. You see some children, the way they eat is so disgusting. They are so high demanding. Their choice of food. Now, if you have such children now, how do you handle them? Will you say because they are high demanding, they want this, they want that, you will stop feeding them or you will throw them away? No, dearie. What you need to do, you serve small portions of different food to your child and let them choose what they want to eat more of. Now, when they choose what they want more of, you can then from there make out design their food timetable to be that. Stubborn children, they are bossy. They always want to be independent. So you give them the privilege of deciding the one they want to eat. I know some of our homes don't have enough, barely have enough to feed themselves. How much more making out different portions? But if you can, give them options to pick from, and then the one they choose, you make that one for them. Then secondly, you can make food interesting by coming up with creative recipes with healthy ingredients. There are different ways you can spice up your meal, and then the child will so much like the food. There are different. If you find out what the child likes, that you can incorporate into your meals. It could be, take for instance, some children, they like egg. You can decide each time you make a meal, you can boil an egg, attach it by the side of the meal, and you should make the child that after eating that meal, he will not be able to eat that egg. Or if you find that the child is the one that likes biscuits or snacks, you can always attach one or two by the side and use it as a means of reward for eating the big meal. So you try to make interesting meal. Just try to be creative about your meal, so that the child will have no option but to eat the food you have given to him or her. That is for a fuzzy eater. When you have a fuzzy eater and you tell me that this child is irritable, he's so stubborn, he doesn't eat what I give. That is how to handle that child. Try to prepare something nice, something creative that the child will like. Try to give the child small portions of different food and allow the child to make options, because stubborn children are bossy. They always want to make their own decision. So give him or her the privilege of deciding. Don't always force that child. You must eat this. You must eat this. As much as you can, try to give that child some privilege of deciding what he or she wants to eat. Then homework blues. There are some children that are so scared of their homework. Some they complain about the homework is so bulky. Some complain that they don't know how to even do it. In the real sense, some of them, they know how to do it, but they just been scared. They don't even know where to start from. That is why you're out there as a parent to guide this child. Now, how do you do it? For those who feel the work is so bulky, you try to split it into phases. You can decide, okay, let's do this now. In the next 2 hours, we're going to do the remaining one. By so doing, the child is relieved. Oh, it's going to be less stressful, and you yourself, you will have some fresh air. And secondly, you can decide to combine another activity with that homework. Probably you would like to, like, okay, let's do. Probably you want to learn how to spell. You can say, okay, while I'm doing this, be spelling for me. Or you probably are watering the garden. You can say, okay, let's spell while we are watering this garden together. Try to combine two activities. And so the child will not even feel that he's doing something. He will just feel that you guys are playing. So for homework blues, in which some child or some children are stubborn in doing their homeworks, try to split the homework into phases. Give them break time when they can play, then come back to the homework. Then try to combine other activities which they love with the homework, so that by so doing, it is easier and it's faster. Then you also have wardrobe battles. These are problems associated with stubborn children. Wardrobe battles. There are some kids that when you bring out, wardrobe battles mostly occurs every time your child wants to wear something that is not appropriate for the occasion or for the weather. At times the weather is cold. You might bring out thick clothes that will cover the child. The child will say, "Mom, no, I don't like this, I don't like that." You guys will begin to quarrel. You quarrel. You must wear this. You must do this. The child refuses, and before you know it, it's either you start spanking the child or some other thing happens. How do you handle this? If you feel this is the area of stubbornness of your child, what you need to do, sort out your child's clothes and alternate them every couple of weeks. Sort the clothes out and then every week alternate them. Don't make it let the child not wear a particular clothes. Let it be alternated. He has worn this for this week. Okay, next week this is what he should wear. So that way this is what he should wear. You alternate so that he will be used to all the clothes and know that this one is not particularly for this very day. It's supposed to be worn alternatively. Then secondly, you put away outfits that are not appropriate for the season. Some of us, we have Christmas wears. Probably they are designed, they have the colors of Christmas and they're designed for Christmas occasion. When after the season you can pack pack those clothes and then you put them away for the meantime until when that season comes back again. Anytime your child wants to change clothes, you can give him or her 2 or 3 options and say, pick from these ones. Allow the child to pick. Anyone the child pick, you wear the child that one. By so doing, you have been able to give him or her the privilege of deciding. As stubborn children, they want to decide for themselves. But in deciding for themselves, you as a parent, you have to guide him so that will, he will be able to use it in the right channel. You have to guide him. So you're bringing out 2 or 3 different ones. Say, choose from these ones. You are giving him the direction. Any of it from which he chooses, it's okay. You can put it on. It doesn't mean you have to allow the child to exercise his free will. It means you have to guide that child to exercise his free will, because definitely one day that free will that child is exercising, it's a good thing if you can direct it in the right channel, because one day the child is going to be out from you and become an adult, and he needs his own way to manage his life, not you directing him anymore. So stubborn children actually, they only have their will, which they have their determined will, which we as parents, we need to guide them on how to channel this will. We need to guide them on how to channel their thoughts, what they feel is the right thing. We need to guide them properly so that in time to come, when they use it in the right channel, they will be successful. You see, then they'll become well-behaved children. Okay, remember that as parents, we are only guardians. We are not God. So we should not make our children to begin to worship us. You must do this. You must do this. You must do this. If you don't do this today, you are not God. You are only a guardian. You're supposed to just guide this child in the right track. So let's give our children the opportunity to express their free will. Let's not make ourselves gods that they must worship whatever we see. We should just direct them in the right channel. We should help them that their will, they will channel it in the right track. Then we also have another problem associated with stubborn children is bedtime struggles. Some children, when it's almost bedtime, you see them trying to do one other activities that will make their mom or dad be distracted, not to remember it's bedtime. What you need to do is, at about 30 minutes before bedtime, you turn off the TV if they're still watching TV. You change them into their sleeping clothes, into their night wears. Then you try to chat with them, ask them if they have anything to share with you, probably how their day went in school. They have anything to share with you. Was their day good in school? Did anything bad happen? Anything good happen? You hear from them. Then you pray with them. Turn off the lights and you go to sleep. By the time you do this off and on, they themselves, when it is that time, they will be able to. They will begin to tell themselves it's time to bed, it's time to bed. And those things you do routinely becomes part of them. Then having a stubborn child is not a cause. Yes, it's not a cause. Don't begin to bind and cast that this child, it is a cause. This is my forefather that caused it. It is not a child. Because most often, such children, when properly guided, turn out to be great achievers in academics as well as in their work life. They overcome peer pressure. Children who have strong will, they are able to overcome peer pressure. They are not easily influenced by bad peers. If you are able to teach them the right way to channel their strong will, they cannot be easily influenced by bad peers. They cannot be easily influenced by bad peers. All right, at this place, let's now look at how can we now handle this stubbornness generally. I have some tips I want to share with us, and one of the tips is avoid argument. Don't argue with your children. Don't argue with your children. You know, infant, toddlers, and teens, their stubbornness can surface at any age, and they will continue until adulthood. But if you are able to handle them, if you are able to handle their stubbornness at each stage, you will have good adults. You have great achievers. You have people who have strong will and determined minds to achieve. So let's apply these principles. Don't argue with them. Try to negotiate instead of arguing. You know, show them you are ready to listen to them. Give them a listening ear. Let them air their view. Listen to them, and then you bring it as a conversation. You talk to them, no matter their age. So long as they are from toddlers, you can talk with your child, and the child will understand you. Now, don't look down at this child is still a child. He's still a child, yes, but he has been given understanding. And it is up to you as parents to train that understanding, so that if you train the brain, whatever you put into the brain, as it grows, it keeps remembering it. It keeps understanding it better. And the more you understand, the more you will see the application in the life of that child. Establish a connection. Don't force them to do something they don't want to do. No. This will only make them more rebellious, and they will be bent on doing what is not right. Instead of forcing them, give them option where to start from. You can decide to say, okay, if you don't want to do this now, okay, you can start with this. You know, today is Saturday, we ought to do some laundry. Okay, start with the bed. Or would you like to start with the bed, or would you like to start with washing the toilet? Don't be too rigid. Give them option. Offer them choices. Allow them to make choice where they want to start from. And it is better that way. They will feel that their opinion is being welcomed. They won't feel that you always want to be the Lord over them. Step into your child's shoe. Look at the issues at hand from their own point of view. Listen to them. When you try to understand why they do what they do, you will be able to know how to channel the diversion of your discipline. Yes, you know where to tackle it from. So step into their shoes. Always listen to them. Maintain peace at home. Make sure your home is a place where your child feels happy, comfortable, and secure at all times. Be polite to everyone at home, especially your spouse. As children listen from observation, they are likely to imitate what they see. Avoid arguments and trading insults in front of the children. They are very important way to prevent your child from being stubborn, because what they see is what they see. They tend to behave with what they see. They tend to behave the way they see things in the house. So be very careful to maintain peace in your house. Brush up your negotiation skill. Stubborn children find it difficult to absorb an outright refusal when they ask for something. So try to negotiate with them instead of laying down rules and laws. Try to negotiate with them. Not always no, 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 no. Try to negotiate with them so that they will know that their own views are welcome. Encourage positive behavior. Lead by example and present positive attitude at all times. So show good example to your children to encourage them more than just laying down rules and regulations. Develop routines. Sticking to daily routines as well as weekly ones can help improve child's behavior and performance in school. Let there be a routine that the child can follow. Just as they have school timetable, how they live out the hours in school. They should have a routine timetable for the house. They should know when they're supposed to wake up, when they're supposed to pray, when they're supposed to brush their teeth, when they're supposed to bathe, when they're supposed to go to bed. Try as much as you can to follow this routine each day, every day. When it becomes routine, it gives them, they are used to that. This is how we behave in our house. Even if they're out somewhere, they say, no, we don't do it in our house. This is how we do it. This is how we don't do it. It becomes part of them. Lay down rules and consequences. Stubborn children need rules and regulations to strive so they can meet up with those rules. You need to help them. Lay down some rules. Call for a meeting and talk about it. Let us decide on how we are going to be solving this matter. Everybody air your view. At the end, you lay down these rules and the consequences of disobeying that rule. When you try to set boundaries and make your expectations clear in the meeting, be consistent in carrying out the rules and consequences, but don't be too rigid. Don't be too rigid, because even God forgives us when we offend him. Teach the child forgiveness by forgiving him at times when he or she wrongs you. So, in summary, stubbornness is not a curse. Stubbornness is only, like I said, it's only a refusal of the child to do something you want he or her to do at a particular time, no matter the pressure you have put. Stop applying pressure. Apply the necessary skills, which I have just listed here. It will go a long way to make our children well behaved. It will go a long way to teach our children how to channel their will, how to channel their will, their desires in the right direction. Thank you for watching this video, and if you enjoyed this video, don't hesitate to subscribe, like, and comment. If you have any question regarding any of my videos, do drop your comments. Thank you. I love you all.